Hello friends, Amanda here from Growing Chefs. Welcome. This week for Growing Chefs, we want to talk to you about where your food comes from and start thinking about the journey that it sometimes has to take to get to us. For this lesson, all you'll need is a piece of paper, maybe a pen or a pencil, and put your thinking cap on because we'll have a few questions for you today. All right, to start our discussion, I want to share with you two photos that I have. So these two photos I have are taken of the same place along the Fraser River in Richmond, BC, but they were taken at two different times. One is older. It was taken in the 1940s, and the other was taken in the early 2000s. Have a look at these photos. Can you guess which one of these two photos might be older? Take some time to pause the video, look at each photo, and write down any differences that you might see. All right, what did you find? Which one did you think was older? Right, this is the older photo. There's a lot less buildings and more green space. If we look at the more recent photo, more roads, bigger roads, and there's more houses and buildings. Overall, there are more people living in this area. This is what we call urban. This is a city where lots of people live, work, go to school. Let's go back to that first photo from the 1940s though. What do you think all this green space could be? It could be plants, grass, trees. A lot of it was actually farms. All this area is where we used to grow food. But now that farmland is turned into homes and businesses and roads for people to live. So what does that mean about where our food comes from? That's right, it now has to come from further away. I wonder though, are there still places in the city where we can grow food? Pause the video and write down some places you can think of. Okay, did you come up with some places we can grow food in the city? Backyards, community gardens, rooftop gardens, maybe out on your balcony, even on your windowsill inside. All of these places are great places where we can grow food. Growing food in the city is what we call urban agriculture, and we can all participate by growing food in our homes and in our communities. Where we can grow food and how far it has to travel to get to us is all starting to think about our food systems. What is a food system? That's a good question. It's the journey that food takes from being planted as a seed all the way to being eaten by you. In some cases, like our lettuce and beans and peas that you're growing in your windowsill garden, that journey is very short. You plant the seed, care for the seedling, maybe transplant it to a bigger pot, and we harvest it once it's fully grown, wash, cook it, and eat it. We even might compost some of the scraps or some food that we haven't eaten. Even that is a part of our food system, how we dispose of that waste. In other cases, that journey and the food systems for that food to get to us are much longer and have a lot of different steps, including growing and harvesting on a farm that might be further away. That food then needs to be transported somewhere where it can be stored, processed, packaged, transported again to get to some place like your grocery store where it is sold, and then you bring it home, wash it, cook it, and eat it. Some foods travel really far before being eaten. Many fruits and vegetables grown on big farms all year round in warmer climates are things that we might not be able to grow here during the winter. Can you think of something you like to eat that doesn't grow nearby? Something we might not be able to grow here but might come from farther away? Lemons and other fruits are other examples of these that might come from farther. Alright, good job thinking today. We've got a bunch of fun activities this week to get you thinking more about your food systems. Be sure to follow our next video where we'll have Farmer Mish and Chef Patrick invite you to their farm while they talk about a very local food system, bringing you into their farm and into their kitchen to make a fun dish with local ingredients used straight from their farm. Have a good week!